Good evening and welcome everyone to OfferVault's weekly webinar. And tonight, I'm sorry Mark isn't with us tonight, but we have somebody who's really going to set you on your ear. Mr. Greg Cesar is referred to as the Google czar, and believe me, he is a czar when it comes to Google. He knows how it works, why it works, where it works, and when it works. I'm not sure that there's truth to the rumor that Google was looking for him surreptitiously. Is that still the case, Greg, that they were kind of hoping they could have you hit by a truck or something because you know all the inside and outsides of this thing?
They're always looking for me.
So, I'd heard that, Are you like me? You wish you'd bought on the IPO, but now you're getting your revenge.
Oh, I wish I did, and I had the opportunity, but, hindsight is always 20/20.
It is. I drink a lot after not taking advantage of that years ago. Yeah, I was sitting in somewhere, and somebody said, "You want to join this?" And I said, "It'll never work." Oh, God. Anyway, so I'm going over to have a drink. I turn it over to you, Greg, and folks, pay attention. You're in for a lot of good information and an interesting evening. It's all yours, Greg.
All right, awesome. Well, hey, thank you for that wonderful introduction. We are going to have a blast today. Hopefully, you guys have a pen, a pencil. I'm going to be giving you guys a lot of strategies that you can use and start implementing right away. So you definitely want to make sure that you've got pens and pencils available and ready to start writing. So let's kind of just talk about what the agenda is going to be. First, I'm going to teach you. I'm going to teach you. I'm going to teach you. Mark will tell you that is my style. I like to teach and give away as much as I possibly can. And then I'll give you an invitation to join our Creative Marketer Club. So I will tell you about what the Creative Marketer Club is. But as I'm teaching you the information, which will just be the tip of the iceberg, I want you to say to yourself, if this is good, my goodness, what else can he teach me? So just think about that. So the question is, who is Greg Cesar? Many people know me on the internet as the Google AdWords czar. I have been using Google since probably 2002 timeframe. I went from living in the projects to living in a wonderful 10,000 square foot home in Atlanta, Georgia. And I call that the house that Google bought because all of the money we used to get that property was through Google AdWords. Now, to tell you some of my successes again, I've been online selling online since 2002, but I have been in business and selling offline since 1997. As a matter of fact, I had a corporate job. My goal in life was, my parents came from Haiti back in the 60s, so we were always brought up to, your job is to go get a job and you work in this company for 20, 30 years and then you retire. That's what my dad did. And so we were brought up that way. And I had a boss who said to me, when I tell you to do something, you do it. And I don't know about you, Rick, but for me, that's just not what I went to college for. And so I was taken him to the airport one day and I said, hey, I got to tell you something. And he said, what? I said, I quit. That was in, I want to say it was July 97. I said, I quit. And I'm going to start a business on this thing that they keep talking about called the Internet. I mean, that's what we used to say back then, this thing called the Internet. So fast forward, I started selling offline. I started selling websites, and we actually still sell websites today and still host businesses today. And I started seeing, hey, let me start selling products, because if I could start selling products, then I can actually go out and get more web design clients. I mean, that's how twisted my thinking was. I really believe that if I can go to the customer and say, hey, look, I'm selling XYZ on the Internet, so why hire this other web designer? Hire me because I know what you're going through. And it just so happened I started selling more products than I was selling websites. So that's how I got started selling physical products through websites. Since then, I've sold over 100,000 products in over 100 different countries. I mean, 100% of that came from traffic from online. I mean, I've never been to, Pakistan or Australia or some of these other countries where we've shipped products. And some of these products are physical products that we've shipped out. Some of them are ebooks that we've shipped out. And I've sold everything from ebooks to pool tables to mini pinball machines to teacups and all kinds of craziness. And 100% of it came from online. So the question is, if I could do that, can I teach you something? Absolutely. And the thing that you're going to see today, how I was able to do it by starting with absolutely no money, is through creativity. And if there's anything you get out of tonight's webinar is if I'm willing to think out of the box and willing to do things differently, I can get results. A lot of internet marketers, when they're coming out with products, I will coach and help a lot of marketers with what they need to do with their products and how to get that out to the marketplace. I've got a good friend in the last couple months who's done a couple, probably 100 to 200,000 in sales, and I was able to help him map that product out. So I'm sought out by a lot of the top internet marketers. I'm an international speaker. I just turned down a speaking gig to go to Singapore. I'm just not ready for another 30-hour flight. I went to Singapore last summer, was in Malaysia, was in Jamaica recently, was in the UK. So I've done a lot of big things. But I wasn't always in that position. Like I said, my parents came here from Haiti, and my dad was making $1 an hour. Now, I tell you all of this is not to say that I'm a super genius. I'm not. I'm really not. I'm an average guy just like everybody else. You know, I may go and speak at a seminar, but when I come home, my wife says that trash needs to be taken out. So I'm a normal guy like everybody else. I've just figured out a couple things, and I'd like to show you some of the creative ways that I think, and you guys can apply that to your business as well. So I think there's two really big problems that's facing internet marketers today. And I feel sorry for a lot of the people who are just getting started in the internet marketing because of these two problems. Number one, it's many people today are spending their money on tricks and not learning skills. I mean, when you look at a lot of the products that have come out in the marketplace, it's always, some software that has 2 clicks and you're going to make $1 billion. But at the end of the day, what is the skill that you learn? So you need to have skills. And when you have the skills, you can build upon those skills and do a lot of things that most people on average would not be able to do. The second problem in the marketplace today is there's a lot of copycat marketers. So what these guys are doing is they're copying each other. And not only are they copying each other, they're copying wrong information. So they're going out and teaching the exact same thing that everybody else is doing. So the marketplace goes out and does the same thing. Then they do the same thing, and then they do the same thing. So what happens is people aren't seeing the results that they should see. And that's what I think are the two biggest problems facing the internet marketing community today. But I'd like to teach you guys some skills, okay? We're going to go back to the basics, as I like to say. So the question is, what are some of the skills that people need in order to succeed online? Well, let's go over those. First of all, copywriting. I mean, how often do you see anyone talking about copywriting anymore? But you need to know how to write. You need to know how to sell your product. That's important. Conversions. Conversions are if you've got 100 people coming to your website and one of those 100 buys your product, you've got a 1% conversion rate. But guess what? How do you get that to 2%? What are the areas in your site that help increase your conversion rate? People don't know this anymore. Picking the right market. This in itself is an art form. You have to know how to pick the right market. In other words, when you look at a product that you want to sell, is this a right market for me to be in or not? And I'll give you an example. I had a student who came to me, and she wanted to sell pot roast recipe ebooks. And she didn't understand why that was not a good market. So you have to understand what makes one product a good market, what makes another one a bad market. Split testing. I'm an avid tester. And I will tell you something. One of the easiest ways to increase your sales is through split testing, whether that's your headline or whether that's split testing something on your webpage. Traffic. Out of all the skills, if there's one that you absolutely need to have, it's traffic. You could be bad at everything else, but if you can find the customer, you can solve every other problem that your web business is going to have. Yet most people focus their time on the product. I need to make this a better product, the product. Look at the VCR and the VHS. VHS or the Betamax. Betamax was a way better product than the VCR, but nobody owned a Betamax, or very few people did. Yet VCR sold all over the world. Why is that? Because VCR folks knew how to get traffic. Customer retention. If you can't retain the customer, the most expensive thing to do is to find the customer. So if you don't know how to retain a customer, LTV stands for lifetime value of the customer. If you don't know how to retain the customer for the lifetime, you're going to have some problems. So spotting trends. This is one that I'm pretty passionate about. It's paying attention to what's happening in the marketplace and what is about to happen. Because when you start to think out of the box and you start to realize what's about to happen, you position yourself in front of the herd. And once you're positioned in front of that herd, then there is a lot of opportunities versus trying to catch up to a fast-moving herd. You know, look at the iPad. That's a fast-moving herd. It's hard to catch up to that marketplace. But imagine if you were ahead of the iPad and they were coming at you. It'd be easy to make money in that market. Although it's hard because, you know, Apple is not going to let just anybody sell their iPad. But imagine if you had the ability to sell iPads a year and a half ago. What would your life be like today? So spotting the trends. So, and much, much more. Now, so basically, if I can teach you, my question to you is if I can teach you a few strategies that you can implement tonight, not tomorrow, not 6 years from now, but things that once you get off of this webinar that you can start doing and getting some aha moments, the question is, are you in? And I think the answer for most people is yes. So let's get cranking here and let's get right into all the content that I have for you guys. So let's start with number one. What is mindset marketing? Now, this to me is the key. If you get this part right, you are dangerous. You are what I call a marketing monster. And my students know what we mean by marketing monsters. So when you think about selling a product, most people focus on the product and they don't focus on the mindset of the consumer who's buying the product. So the best way for me to explain this is to give you a couple of examples. So let's go to Google and let's type in ergonomic chair. There we go. Bruce, you can hear me, right?
Oh, yeah, I hear you loud and clear. I'm sitting in my own ergonomic chair and wondering if you're going to get me a deal on one.
Okay. All right, perfect example. So you've got one. Let me ask you a question. Did you buy it because it looks great and it was something you wanted to put in your living room and be like, hey, this thing looks awesome? Is that the reason you got an ergonomic chair?
No, I bought one because I got to sit in it 19 hours a day, so I wanted one that worked. That was my first thing. Sorry.
Absolutely. That's one. Another reason is back pain. A lot of people who have one of these chairs, they're either trying to prevent pain or they have back pain and they've got some issues that they need to deal with, and their chiropractor said, hey, you need to go out and get yourself an ergonomic chair. Now, that's the mindset. So the question you've got to ask yourself is, why? Why does somebody want my product? Because when you can answer the why question, you understand how to sell the product. So if they want this product because of back pain or some kind of comfort issue, let's look at what everyone else in the marketplace is saying about this product. So let's look at this one, official site by Bodybuild. Woo, very good there, buddy. Here's one, ergonomic chairs for less, top-rated ergonomic chairs at low prices. Am I looking for an ergonomic chair because of prices? I mean, yeah, price is a factor, but is this the reason I'm looking for this? No. Let's look at a few others. Free shipping ships today. Let's look at another one. Wide selection of ergonomic chairs, fast free shipping, get factory direct. Let's look at here, ergonomic chairs on sale, ergonomic office chairs, Staples office chair, in stock to ship today, big selection. All models include V2 low. I have no idea what that means. But in marketing, that's one of the worst things you could do. Quick ship. Where is the one that says this chair is designed to help reduce back pain?
Well, I'll tell you that I looked for something based on exactly on what you're talking about and got fed up because I couldn't find any useful information on the first 4 pages about a year and a half ago. All I got was this crap. I didn't get anything that solved my problem.
And imagine if your ad was on this page and it said, help reduce back pain. This chair is ergonomically designed to support your lumbar, right? Your lower lumbar. Wouldn't that stick out on this page? Wouldn't that ad get the most click-throughs? So the reason why these guys didn't do that is they didn't think about mindset. They didn't ask the question, why? So to give you an example of how you can use that in marketing, let's say you are an SEO person. You do search engine optimization and you help businesses get ranked in Google. So let's show you a mindset keyword and how you can use that to drive traffic to your website. So do you know what a Google sitemap is?
Yeah, and I've made 67 of them, and 66 of them didn't work worth a damn.
So that happens for a lot of people, by the way. But watch this. If we look at sitemap as a keyword, actually, let's hit the search button again. Let's search from highest to lowest.
Actually, I was leading into that question because I've heard you talk about it before, and I was hoping you had some more tips on how to make a sitemap later.
Actually, I was selling a software that does that, tell you the truth. And I'll tell you how I came across that software. So basically, looking at mindset marketing, you have to think about what's going to happen next. So the person who's looking for a sitemap software or to create a sitemap, ask yourself the question, what's going to happen next? Well, the next thing is they're going to be doing search engine optimization, or they may be doing search engine optimization now. So let's look at some of these searches here. Look at this, sitemap how-to, 1.2 million searches per month. Look at sitemap for website or sitemap for a website, 135,000 searches per month. Let's say if we take this keyword, we're going to take this one, and then we're also going to take sitemap how-to. Okay, so let's go back into Google. This is why people struggle. You see this? There's only 1, 2, 3 advertisers for a keyword that's getting searched 135,000 times a month, and we know that these people are about to do SEO. So let's do sitemap how-to, 1 advertiser. How to do a site map. We've got 2 advertisers. Now let's look at SEO. Look at the difference here, folks. So question is, do I want to fight everyone for the keyword SEO? No, let everybody else have that. I don't care about that keyword. I would rather go after the keyword sitemap, which I can get for about 5 cents a click. So this is an example of mindset marketing and how to use it to drive traffic to your website. Now, the next question is, what is a direct buy website traffic? People struggle with that word traffic. They think it's some mystical thing. I remember the days when I didn't have traffic, and I remember the days now when I can have unlimited traffic. And the only difference is now I realize how easy it is. So my mind has shifted in terms of looking for traffic. So one of the easy things you can do, this is what I call a direct buy. You're going to buy the traffic directly from the site owner. Okay? You're buying the traffic directly from the site owner. Now, why would you do that? Think about all the people who are putting AdSense and all of these other types of ads on their websites. What are they doing? They're selling their traffic. So what we're going to do is we're going to look for people who are willing to sell their traffic. Couple things we can do. Number one, when you go into Google, let's say we type in golf swing, and let's do learn golf actually. Let's do learn golf. Go to the advanced search, and then we want to type in subscribe here. What we're looking for now are people who teach learn golf. Let's say we have a golf product, and they have subscribe here. That means they have a newsletter. So let's do a quick search. Golf swing feeling. Let's take a look here. Control find. Okay, look at that. Subscribe to this site. They're asking people to subscribe. Look at this, newsletter, right? They've got a newsletter with name and email address. Now, I'll tell you what I like to do. Let's take this URL. I like to go into the Compete toolbar and see how much traffic Compete is telling me this website is getting. If you don't have the Compete toolbar, just go to SEObook.com and just subscribe here for their toolbar, and that will give you access to the Compete toolbar. So let's show you what this tells me about this particular website. So this website, according to Compete, this is the Compete numbers right here, is saying they are doing 6,000 uniques per month. I find Compete is usually off by 1 to 1.5 times. So if it says 6,000, it's probably doing about 12,000 uniques per month. Okay? So this website is getting traffic. Well, let's do some math here. if they're getting 12,000 uniques per month, let's say they've got a 20% opt-in rate, that's 2,400 unique visitors a month, or unique opt-ins a month times 12 months. Hey, there's 28 potential thousand people that you, per year that you could reach. So if you contacted this person and said, hey, you know, can I buy ad space in your newsletter? Can I pay you to advertise in your newsletter? I find somewhere between 50 and 60% of the times you will get a yes. The other percentage of times, it's not that you get a no, they just simply don't respond to your request. I probably get about a 10% no answer. So it's not a lot of people will say no. The other thing that we find about this site that I like, I'm going to show you right now, is, look at that. This is an advertisement on the web page. So we already know this person is willing to trade their traffic for money. This is a Google ad, so they're probably getting, I don't know, 10 cents per click on that ad. How much are they going to make per month? A couple $100? So here I come saying, hey, let me help you make a couple $100 or a couple $1,000 by promoting my product as an affiliate versus you making a couple dollars promoting this product through Google. Now, the other thing that I like to do is, let's go back here. Instead of subscribe here, there's a bunch of words that we like to search on, but let's look for sponsored ad. Okay, so sponsored ad means these are people who are running sponsored ads on their webpage. Now, this one here is Yellow Book, so the chances that we're going to get Yellow Book to promote for us is going to be pretty slim to none. So let's find something that is a little bit more along our, nope, that's Blogspot. See, that's Blogspot, so I doubt Google is going to promote our product as an affiliate. So that's not going to happen. Let's look for one that is not a major site here, whitefishchamber.org. Okay, don't know if we can get the chamber to do it, but these guys obviously have sponsored ads. So can we sponsor the ad? If we were in that chamber, it probably would be much easier. But look, here's all the sponsored ads right here. So obviously these guys are selling advertisement on their website. So another quick website that you can take a look at is buysell.ads.com. This is a great site for buying ads directly from websites, except Buy Sell Ads is a facilitator for you. So you can go in here where it says buy ads. You can browse the inventory. You can type in your keyword. Let's type in, oops, we spelled that wrong. Type in golf. And so these are some of the golf sites that you can look at. Look how much traffic, 339,000 impressions. So you can buy traffic directly from other websites. So now the next question is, what is a power word and how do I use it? Okay. If you're sitting there and you're saying, Greg, you know, I'm really looking for an idea of something that I can sell online. I don't know what I should sell, but I want something that people are looking for, something I can make some money on. Well, here's the thing. Marketing is simple. Find what people want and you give it to them. That's the whole formula. That's the whole secret, folks. Find what people want and you give it to them. So how do you find what people want? Well, let's let Google tell us what people want. So if you go to the Google keyword tool and you want to look for words that show us a propensity for what people are looking for. So one of those words that I like is create and make. So the question is this. What is it that people want to create? What is it that they want to make? Because if you want to make something, I can teach you how to make it. And let me tell you something. If you want to make something that I don't know how to make, you better believe I'm going to go find somebody else who is going to create that product and I will sell it to you. Okay? So let's do a search here. And let's look at what people want to create. What do they want to make? Look at this one. 1.8 million people want to make a book. Make a video, make a picture, create a web page, make money, that's pretty obvious. Create your own, have no idea what they want to create a book, create a movie. I'm going to tell you why I like this one, make a movie, because one of my good friends who I met through doing some video editing work for me, we're talking about creating a course teaching movie makers how to make and edit a movie, because that's what he does. So remember what I said, if I don't know how to do it, I'm going to go find someone who did. So I went to my video guy and said, hey, are you willing to create some videos teaching people how to do what you do? And he said, absolutely. So create a game. Let's look at makeover games. Make a baby. That's not too hard to figure out how to do. Don't know why they want to go research that. That's probably the one product my wife won't let me go out and create. Create a blog. Create a form. Now, most people don't understand why this is such a high search volume. A form is something that's on a website. So a lot of people don't know how to create a web form. So look at how many people want to create a form, but look at how little the competition is. 673,000 people. So let's show you another really, really, really good power word. And I probably have about 40 or 50 power words that I typically will search on when I'm looking for ideas. But here's one, video tutorial. Think about that. Think about the person who's looking for a video tutorial. They're saying, I'm trying to learn something, but I'd rather see it in video. Now the question is, are video tutorials free? No. So these people know that they have to spend money. So Flash video tutorial, 27,000. If you've ever done anything in Flash, you know this is not easy. PHP, 14,000 people a month are searching for a PHP video tutorial. Let's show you what that means in Google, because that's the whole key there, is how competitive is that in Google. Look at that. Only 2 people who are bidding on that keyword. That means you could rank here in the 3rd spot for really, really cheap. Now, how to make a video tutorial, SQL. If anyone has ever done anything with SQL or MySQL, you understand why this is getting 9,000 people searching. It's a complex thing to do. So video tutorial is an amazing keyword that you can search on to get ideas. Folks, there's about 50 of them here that you can find some really good ideas. Final Cut, let me explain to you. Final Cut is a program that you use with a Mac, and it's a high-end video editing software. If there's anyone on this line who does video editing and uses Final Cut, they'll understand why people search for this. It's a difficult program to know, and if we search here, look, we don't even have a single advertiser for that keyword. So people are paying $700, $800, $900 for the software, yet they want to learn how to use that. So that's what a power word is. Now, here's a question. How can I use eBay to do market research? Now, we're only on, I believe, number 3 or 4 now. I told you guys there was a lot of good stuff I was going to give you. So what you want to do is you want to go to pulse.ebay.com. As it comes up here. There we go. Okay, so what we're doing is eBay, what you got to understand, is consumer driven. So that means the consumers are telling us what is selling. Remember I said, find what people want and you give it to them. So we can use eBay to tell us what are people spending money on in eBay. And pulse.ebay.com, that's what it tells you. This tells you, look at the most popular searches on eBay right now. Look. Nintendo, coupons, BMW, iPod. This is what the people are looking for. Look at this. These are the top 5 stores in eBay. Look at how many reviews this one website, this one person got. 1.9 million reviews. If there's 1.9 million, there's probably 20 million who did not leave a review. So the question is, do you think this person is doing something right, yes or no? The answer is yes. So if I can reverse engineer what they're doing, and by the way, the beauty about eBay is eBay reveals 100% of the marketing strategies when you know what to do. So in other words, when you look at someone's what they're doing in eBay, you can see 100% what they're doing. So you can do exactly the same thing. Now, let me show you something down here. Most watched items, okay? This is eBay telling you, you know how in eBay when you can go in and you can click on, let me watch this item? These items here are the most watched items. Now, if they're being watched, what does that tell you about the product? People want that product. Well, let's do a little test. Let's take a look and see. Let's go to a little site called TerraPeak.com. Let's log in. Now, TerraPeak, I believe membership into TerraPeak is somewhere around $29 a month. I think that's what I pay for the service. But what they're doing is they're telling me all the sales that happen and how they happen, right? So it's not what's about to happen, it's what did happen. So let me show you something very interesting here. Let's copy this title here. This is the most watched title. Wireless by Nanny Mini Micro Camera. Let's copy that. Let's go to Terapeak. Let's paste that in, and let's see what happened in the last 7 days. Okay, so this is telling us in the last 7 days, this had a 66% sell-through rate. This normally is 100%, but actually, let's see where. Okay, we're going to take, okay, you see this person here that has this green image, which is a great sign, because this person with the green image, that shows me that it's the same image, so they're all selling, this person is selling this product. Could be other products, but they're doing pretty well. But if we look at all of their listings, which is the first one right here, look, and this right here, this column tells us bids. So what do we see? Sold, 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 sold. 100% conversion. I will tell you in marketing, typically if you can get a 1 to 3% conversion, that's considered fantastic. This got 100% conversion. What does that tell you about this product? So that says it's in hot demand. So let's do something. Wireless buy. Let's take off the rest of this here. Let's search just this here. And then we're also going to search the last couple months. Okay, let's go back and search the last 60 days here. Okay, 75% sell-through over the last 60 days. Now, what I want to do is we're going to do something pretty interesting. Let's go back, and I'm just going to look at just one store here, which is this one. Whoops, that took us back to, I actually want to look at the seller's data. Let's copy this one here. Actually, we're going to see who the seller is. Now, this is how you reverse engineer. You come in here, and then you find out who the seller is. Okay, now this seller is, let's type that in up here, EZCURITY. Now, we know who the seller is. So let's go back and go back into Terapeak. And so we could do a couple things. Here we're going to search the seller. Look at their conversion rate, 92%. Let's go back 90 days. Now, folks, think about what I'm showing you here. Find what people want, and they sell, and you sell it to them. We know this person is doing 92% conversion rate. So whatever this seller is selling, it's working. Now you can take the product or something similar, and you know I should get a high sell-through rate through Google AdWords, through Yahoo, through Bing, through doing search engine optimization. Look at this. Over the last 90 days, they had 281 listings, and they had a 90% sell-through rate. I'm hoping you guys are just sitting in your chairs about to fall over from what I just showed you here. But anyway, this is how you can use eBay to do market research. Next question is, how can I take advantage of offline marketing to grow my sales? Folks, if you're not using offline marketing, you're leaving a ton of money on the table. I've got a course, Marketing with Classifieds. It's all about how to use offline classified ads to drive traffic to your website. I had a product that we were promoting 100% offline, and we were generating 10,000 incoming phone calls. Let me repeat this. 10,000 people a month would pick up the phone and call us to request this product. Now, obviously, because we were doing phones, I had guys who were answering the phones for me, but you can easily take them to a website. So you've got offline classifieds, how you can drive traffic to your website using offline ads. And again, the beauty about offline is very little competition. You know, online you've got competition, and because of the competition, your prices fluctuate. Offline, when you run an ad, there is no competition. So you pay what you pay. Whether you get 1 million people visit your site or 10 people, you pay the same price. There is no difference. There is no cost per click. Now, another thing that you can do is you can take a look at this little website called nextmark.com. Again, that's nextmark.com. This little website is a website where they have lists, and these are lists of people based on specific targeting, whether it's products they've purchased or demographics. Okay? This is kind of like the SRDS, except the SRDS is expensive. Nextmark, you can come in for free. So let's say we are looking to find some media. So let's go here and let's go to reach your market. Let's click on that here. Let's go back. Every once in a while, they keep moving our links here. Whoops. Let's go back here. Nextmark.com. My computer's a little happy there. Okay, so what you want to do is you can come in here and sign up for a free trial, but you can also just search for free. They allow you to come in here and search for free. So let's say we want to click on Media Finder. We click Search Now, and let me go back and show you what I did. At the bottom of the screen, we clicked on Search Now under Media Finder, and we get to the page. Here we type in a keyword. So what we're looking for is, can we find large mailing lists? I'm going to type in internet marketing just for fun. Internet marketing. Let's see if we find anything for that. Let's say we want email list. Hit search. Okay, it's searching there. My computer's a little slow.
I was going to say, that's an awfully big request. Are we searching the entire world of internet marketing lists? Oh, good, you got a result that fast.
Yeah, so what it's going to do is, these guys are aggregators of people who have lists. So as we can see here, these are people. So for example here, internet business development marketing executives and web professionals. But here's one, megastars in internet marketing, 208,000 email addresses. This one, marketing executives. We probably don't want marketing executives, but we want internet shoppers, internet users, vacation marketing, surveys in internet online computers, internet dating service subscribers. So if you have a dating product, this would be a list that you want to go out and get. Now the key is, we don't have to do email. We can type in golf and then type in, let's go to postal list. So maybe we want to send them a postcard instead. And as you can see, this one here, postcards, this is telling us people who have responded to postcards. Look at this here, eDeals Club Golf Master File, 410,000 subscribers. Golf Enthusiasts, 9 million subscribers. So here's the question. How many of those 9 million do you need to buy your product for you to have a full-time income? I mean, if you had 1,000 people buy your product at $47, that's almost 50K for that list there. So you don't need all 9 million. You just need a small percentage of them to buy your product. But the key is, you're reaching people that typically you're not finding on the internet. These aren't people you're finding through Google AdWords. These aren't people you're finding from doing SEO. These are people who are in a totally different world. They're offline. And the beauty about that is, when they get your mail piece, they don't see everybody else. You're the only game in town. So offline marketing and using offline to drive traffic to your website, if you're not doing that, you're losing a lot of money. So what is a creative marketing strategy that most people would not think about? Now, let's go to Amazon for this one. Most people use Amazon as a place to go out and buy products, and Amazon absolutely is that. And the beauty about that is everyone who goes to Amazon, they have a credit card in their hand. So it's a great group of folks to be in front of. So let me show you how we can use Amazon for marketing purposes. So let's say we go to books. We're going to type in SEO. Again, let's say we're a search engine optimization company. What you're going to look for is the books that say look inside. Like this one says look inside. This one says look inside. All of these books, this one doesn't say look inside, right? So let's pick one of my favorite ones here. Let's see if it's on the next page. Here we go. Once we click look inside, we're going to click it again. And we're going to go to the index. Now, see what these are? These are actual keywords. Not only are they keywords, these are important keywords, and these are words that the author thought were important, and these are words that most of your competitors do not know exist. So let's take a few of these. Let's look at 301 redirect. We're going to take that one. Blog ping. Let's look at Black Hat SEO techniques. Backlink analyzer. See, a lot of people always ask me, well, how do you get traffic and get it so cheap? Well, I'm showing you some of the creative things that I do and why I can go into markets and get traffic without having to spend a huge arm and a leg. Let's look at here, duplicate content. Okay, so what do we know about all these words? These are also part of the mindset marketing. So these are all keywords that people who are looking to do SEO are searching for. So someone who's going to look for duplicate content, they're about to do SEO and they're trying to understand Google's rules for duplicate content. So let's copy this. Let's go back to Google. And what we're going to do is let's search. Let's see, is anyone actually looking for these keywords? Because it doesn't make any sense if no one's looking for them to even have them. So let's take a look what we have here. Okay, 301 redirect. No advertisers, 135,000 searches per month. Let's copy that. Let's go here. Look at that. Not a single advertiser for that keyword. Blog ping. Who blogs and pings? You want to ping your site because you want Google to find it. 40,000 searches per month. Black Hat SEO techniques. I mean, do we have any guess what these guys are doing? SEO. Look at that. 1,300 searches per month. Backlink analyzer. 3,600 searches per month. Duplicate content. 27,000 searches per month. Yet, when we go to Google and search, there's one advertiser. Folks, this is why you got to think out of the box. You know, this is the main reason why I created the Creative Marketer Club, because it's about thinking differently, doing things differently. And as you can see, in a market where we've got very brilliant minds, which is the SEO market, nobody else is there. Why? Did we, do something magical? No. And these are keywords that people in that marketplace are looking for. We just showed you the Google numbers, but we're willing to think out of the box. So that's how we can use Amazon to do market research. See, if you do your keyword research only at the Google keyword tool, you're going to get the same results as everybody else. But if you are willing to come to Amazon and do some keyword research, you get keywords that nobody else is thinking about. Okay? So this is not, again, about being a genius. This is just about thinking differently. So what is a keyword group that I can use to put my offers in front of hungry buyers with credit cards? Let's go back to Amazon for this one. Okay, so as we discussed, Amazon is a place where buyers go, and people who go to Amazon are buyers. So watch this. Let's say I sell a weight loss product. There's a little book by Dr. Oz, which I'm going to miss Dr. Oz on Oprah, I tell you. But it's called You on a Diet. Now, let's take this book, let's go to Google, and let's search You on a Diet. Now, one of the things that we know about people when they have a need is they buy multiple products. So someone who is looking to lose weight, they're going to search for multiple and buy multiple items to help them lose their weight. They might buy an exercise video. They might buy something on a Cyberry. They might buy truth about abs. I mean, they'll buy whatever. So think about the person who's going into Google and they're typing in "you on a diet." 246,000 of them did that last month, right? What to eat when you are on a diet. How do you go on a diet? Let's look at some of the foods you can eat on a diet. You on a diet plan, that's from the book. But 246,000 people searching that per month. If we look at Dr. Oz, who is the author of this product, 1.8 million people search for Dr. Oz every single month. So what does that mean? That means if you are bidding on the keyword "you on a diet," let's see what that would mean. Look at that, folks. We don't even have one advertiser on that keyword. Let's see, Dr. Oz.
Do you realize how much valuable information you're giving away right now? Like, I'm sure that there are a dozen people like me out there trying to sign up for that right now. I mean, that's insane.
That is the way that I teach, and my students will tell you that's how I am. I don't believe in holding things back. I don't believe in, selling people a course only to find out you need part 2 of the course before you can make any money. I mean, I give, and that's how I am. I've learned that's something I picked up from my mother, who used to say, if you want to get back, you need to give first. And that's mainly what I'm doing here today. I can't ask you to join my coaching program without showing you that I know what I'm doing.
Well, I should just interrupt and say that, I've known Greg's work for about 4 years now. I have been involved in a half a dozen of your training seminars, et cetera, maybe more than that, over the last 4 years. And that's exactly what I've seen every time. And I still think you're crazy, because you could have retired to farther south than Atlanta on what you just showed the crowd here right now without giving it away. So, but that's more than generous. But I'm going to make a point here, and maybe you'll tell me I'm an idiot, but the internet is new. Well, it is to me in my lifetime, but there's a whole generation who grew up with it. But marketing, or effective marketing techniques, haven't changed. How you do certain things is a little different, but how to be a good marketer hasn't changed. And you're using a good marketing strategy by what you're doing, as well as showing people how to develop a good marketing strategy. And that goes back to what you said the first time around, tricks versus skills. This is a skill to build a business. This is not like buying a trick to make something work overnight. This is how to build a business that works. And with any luck, we can all move to Atlanta.
Absolutely. This is long term. This is the knowledge that you get that nobody can take away from you. Because if you know I can go to Amazon to do research, who could ever take that away from you, right? But if you go out and find some way to gain Twitter to get 5,000 followers, guess what happens when Twitter closes that loophole? Guess what you have? Nothing. And so it's about skills and fundamentals, and that's what I think the marketplace is missing today.
We got a couple of people already saying that, just like I predicted. One guy says, I already found 10 keywords for highly researched niche products with no advertisers. So there's a guy off right now making money for free.
See, I told you, stuff that you can do tonight without, look, you don't even have to go out and invest any money with what I showed you already today. These are things that will separate you from the herd. Again, if you do things differently, you're going to get different results. And so this little strategy here with bidding on the book title, and again, think about the person who's looking for you on a diet. Are they thinking this is free? This is someone who's saying, I'm willing to spend money. Isn't that the person you want to be in front of? So now you're selling a weight loss product. So you bid on the keyword "you on a diet." You know that person is looking to lose weight when they search for it. That's the person you're going to put your offer in front of. One of my students from the UK, using this exact strategy I just showed you, his first 30 days on the internet sold 400 copies of a ClickBank product using exactly the strategy I showed you. He was going into Amazon and bidding on book titles. That was it, folks. You might have thought that, he was doing some big old rocket science thing. It wasn't. He was bidding on book titles because I told him that's what he should do. And it worked. I mean, it worked, and he's very happy about that. So this is an example of a keyword group that you can use to find hungry people. Now, here's another thing I want to see. I love Amazon. There's about 8 or 9 things that we do on Amazon from a market research standpoint. Here is another one. So question is, how can I use Amazon to target hot niche market? Listen, remember when I said eBay was consumer driven? Take a wild guess what Amazon is. Amazon is consumer driven. In other words, the consumers tell us what works and what doesn't work in Amazon, right? So what you want to do is you go into Amazon, and usually I like to start researching, magazine.com and some other places like that. Then you come into Amazon and you say, I want to see if I go into this market, do I stand a chance to succeed or not? Well, let's take a look. Let's say I decided, Rick, let's say I decided I want to start selling a course on how to read tarot cards, okay? So before you do any work, let's go to Amazon and see what Amazon tells us. Okay, let's look at this. This book on tarot cards, see that? Look at how many reviews this book got. 97 reviews. Folks, that's a lot, because if it got 97 reviews, I bet you it got a couple thousand sales. Look at this one, 88 reviews, 69 reviews, 47 reviews, 114 reviews, 39 reviews. Now, I'm going to tell you what is important about what I'm showing you here is sometimes in Amazon, you'll see just one book got 30 reviews and everybody else got 1 or 2. Look what you're seeing for every single book. 97, 88, 69, 47, 114. What does that tell you about this niche market?
Everybody loves it, and they want to talk about it, and they'll spend money on it.
Yeah, it's hot. This market is hot. And let me tell you what, Amazon told me it's hot, right? Just by coming here and looking at what the people, I shouldn't say Amazon, the people told me it was hot, okay? Amazon just was a facilitator. So almost every book on this page, look, 57 reviews. A bunch of them have huge numbers of reviews. So that tells us the marketplace is spending a ton of money here. Let's type in, I'm going to show you a really hot market. Photography. Look at these numbers. 749. 15. Let's look at this one here. 108. 170. 69. 123. 38. This one has 242. This one has 26. This one has 16. What does that tell you about photography? Look at the size of the number of the reviews. Now, these people are selling information. We are all information marketers. So if they're coming here and that many people are buying books on digital photography, what does that tell me about the digital photography niche? It's hot. That means I can carve my own little space in that niche. Let me show you another one, which is another info product that most people would never think about. I'm not into the raw food diet, but some people are. Look, 32 reviews, 237 reviews. Raw food made easy for 1 or 2 people. Look at this one, 46 reviews, 21 reviews, 49 reviews, 197 reviews, 17 reviews, 144 reviews. So let's take a guess. In less than 2 minutes, I've shown you guys 3 markets just by using Amazon that you can go out and create products in and go out and test. We already know the chances are that I can succeed in this market because the people are telling me that. Okay, there is no guessing here. The people are telling me that they like this market. So that's how you can use Amazon to target a hot niche market.
And other than the Terra site, everything you did, everything you did, dude, is absolutely free research.
Yeah.
And you didn't need to use Terramark. What is it, Terramark? I'm old.
Terrapeak.
Terrapeak. I'm really old, forgive me. You don't need to use that. It's just nice to confirm it. But everything was free on how to find this information. It's all public information sitting in front of everybody's face every day, and most people don't even think it's information of value, let alone use it.
Absolutely. And Terrapeak is good to have, and at some point you're probably going to want to have it. But I've shown you a bunch of other ways that you can also do research. It's just not eBay research, but it's still ways to do research. You can just use pulse.ebay.com if you didn't want to get therapy. See, we're examining what happened in the past to see what's happening in the future. That's a very important criteria when you're looking at marketing. Now, I'm about to show you something that's absolutely insane. Now, I know this is kind of a paradox and an oxymoron. How can I make big money selling free stuff? Okay? Now, you're saying to yourself, Greg, this makes no sense. Well, let me show you something here. Okay, let's find something that is free. I'm into remote control airplanes, and I like flight simulators and all that other stuff, right? So I came across this website. Aha, this is an advertising here. Now, that is pretty slick. I like that. That's actually a Google ad, but you see what it looks like? It looks like it's actually part of the website, but it's not. That is pretty interesting. I got to give these guys some credit for that one. But anyway, when you look at flight gear, this website, believe it or not, that's a pretty great looking flight simulator, isn't it? I mean, nice graphics. Guess what, Rick? We can come here and get it for free. All I have to do is click on download, and then I come in here, and I can actually, matter of fact, I need to copy this little shortcut here, open in a new tab. I need to save that for later because I'm going to study what those guys are doing. You know when something catches your attention, you just got to go and see what they're doing, so I'm going to save that for later. But anyway, coming back to our webinar. So I can come in here and download flight gear for free. They're telling me, look, download flight gear. Look at this. Download this scenery disk. 20,000 airports that I can go and download. Look at this here. Download the source code. They're actually giving me the source code. So you know what I can do with the source code? I can take this source code. I can do whatever the heck I want with it. I can make my own product with it and start selling it. Now, the question is, does anybody do anything like that? Let's show you something here. We're going to go to a little handy-dandy website called ClickBank. So let's go to Marketplace. Let's type in simulator. Okay, let's sort by gravity. Gravity basically tells us the number of people who are making sales with this product. Now, take a look at this. You see the gravity? 105 people. So what this is telling us is, and I'm not sure if it's in the last 24 hours or the last 72 hours, but 105 people have made a sale, and the average sale was $57.55. So 105 affiliates have made at least one sale. Now, here's the thing. We don't know if they made 10 sales or 20 sales. We know they made at least one sale. So if we take the lower end of the spectrum, that's 105 affiliates made a sale at $57.55. Look at those numbers. How would you like that to be your website? So $6,042 is what was made in the last, again, could be 24 hours, could be 72 hours. We're not exactly sure the exact time frame. But that's a pretty decent number right there. Well, let's take a look at something here. Let's look at what ProFlight is all about. Let's pause this. Right? That's a pretty traditional sales letter, right? Nice little sales letter, nice little graphics, all kind of fun stuff. Look at that. Let's look at some of the bullet points. Fly different helicopters, fly, night flying and, taxiway lighting, all kinds of fun stuff. Well, let's grab our copy. I want to get this thing. This is awesome, right? And I'm going to tell you, this is how I found this product because I was actually looking for a flight simulator to buy. Yes, I'm ready to order ProFlight Simulator. Well, that's awesome. Today's discounted price, $49. Hey, that's awesome. I want to get this thing, so let me click on this. Okay, now, thank you for choosing ProFlight Simulator. Order form step 1 of 2. Here's where the upsells come in. Look at this. First upsell, the full scenery set contains over 20,000 real airports. Does that sound familiar to flight gear? Absolutely. What these guys did is they took a product that they can get for absolute free, that you can go out and get for free. Look at this, 20,000 airports. They turned around and said, we're going to repackage it. All they did was put a nice fancy graphic to it, and then they started to sell it. Now look at what the upsell price is, up to $97. Now, let's see if we think they're making any money. Now, we don't know how much they're making, but we can kind of guesstimate based on traffic that they're getting. So if we go here, we're going to go to the Compete toolbar, and Compete tells us that they are making 173,000 uniques a month. They were up to 598,000 uniques per month. Well, again, we don't know exactly how much they're making, but let's see if we take this traditional 1% conversion rate. So 598,000 times 0.01, that's 5,980 sales in a month, multiplied by the $57.55. On the high end, 344,000 per month. Let's look at the low end, which is 178 times 0.01 times $57.55. So on the high end, 344,000. On the low end, 102. Now, is this going to be exact? We don't know. But we're probably going to be pretty close. Let's say it's only 40,000. Let's say it's only 60,000. Are you going to be happy with that? Absolutely. So what these guys done is they've taken free tools that they've taken and they're selling them. And as part of our training, we actually show you how to do the exact same thing. And I'm telling you, there's some products that are way bigger than this product here that I just showed you. So another quick thing is, what is the fastest way to research a niche market and create an ebook online? Now, again, this is for the folks who say, Greg, I don't know what I want to sell, but I need some ideas. Can you help me with this? Let me show you something here. Now, once we do this, we then outsource, because I'm big on outsourcing. As part of our training, too, we also teach you how to outsource. So let's go in here. Let's type in improve golf swing. Okay, let's sort by most answered. And then let's see. Look at this one here. What's the best advice for improving my golf swing? So now, we want to create an ebook to compete against Golf Swing Guru, which is a ClickBank product, okay? So what we want to do is, let's see what people are talking about. So number one, let's open up our trusty notepad. Okay, first answer. Again, remember, Yahoo Answers is consumer-driven. They're not me-driven. This is the consumers telling you what they look for, what they want. So answer number one, I think you should take lessons from a pro golf. So I think chapter 1 is going to be how to work with a pro. Okay, chapter 2, keep practicing. Okay, we did that. Let's look at this. Don't make any bad habits. Okay, I like that topic. Avoiding bad habits. That's chapter 2. Let's keep on going here. Okay, it's all in the hips. I like that one. Keeping your left elbow straight. Okay, so we're going to take this one. Let's call this one correct body posture. Let's keep on going here. Practice, practice, practice. Okay, picking up a tennis racket. I like this one. Okay, tools to practice with. Okay, let's see. Gently push, let the club do the swinging. Oh, okay, so club face. So let's call this controlling your swing. So what we would do is we would go through maybe a couple of these answers, and then what we would have is we would have all of our chapters. Now again, Why did we do that? See, I can create an ebook on golf swinging and tell you what I think should be in there, or I can come in here and see what the people are talking about and create my product based on what the marketplace is looking for. This is where you get the great feedback. This is where you get the viral nature, because you're basing your product based on what the market is already looking for. Now, all I'm going to do now is I'm going to copy all of these, and then I'm just going to email it to an outsourcer. And again, we teach you how to do all of the outsourcing part. And I would say, I need an ebook. This is, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 5 chapters. I want you to create the content for each one of these chapters and let me know when you're done. That would be it for me, folks. You wouldn't find me sitting on the computer typing away and doing all that. This is the most that I would do. I've done my research. I've got the product idea. I'm going to take this and I'm going to send it to someone to go and do the rest of the work. So you can also get keyword ideas from here as well. But this is one of the fastest ways that I know of if you want to create a product and get it out. This is it. So I always get to the end and I always talk about parting words. And the one thing I want to make sure that I get across to you guys is internet marketing and success online is not hard. You have to take action. I've given you some things that you can do today. And the thing that I like to tell folks is, you know, when I look at my dad who came to this country from the late 60s and this guy making $1 an hour, fast forward 34 years, retired making $70,000 a year, buying investment properties. I mean, one of the houses he was looking to buy a couple of years ago, he told the bank, listen, I'll just write you a check. You know, I don't need financing. And it was a $350,000 house. So watching a man like that who doesn't understand the culture, barely speaks the language, can have success, my thought growing up was, I have no right but to succeed. See, we grew up and we didn't know we were supposed to fail. My dad didn't know that he was supposed to fail either. So you can succeed. You can do everything that you want to do, but the key is you've got to take action and you've got to learn some certain strategies. And I'm creating a campaign that's about going back to the basics. It's not about these tricks and these gimmicks, you know, trying to trick Facebook and trying to trick Twitter and all these, you know, that stuff doesn't last. Yeah, you may be able to get 5,000 people to become your Facebook friend, but are you going to make any money off of that? You know, and at the end of the day, you got no skills. You got a trick, but you have no skills. So what I like to do, I told you guys I was going to tell you about a special invitation to Creative Marketer Club. And this is the URL where it's going to be at. It's creativemarketerclub.com/OV. O stands for offer, V stands for vault. Very high-tech link building there. And again, you can't even go to Creative Marketer Club because it is by invitation only. If I go to creativemarketerclub.com, as you can see, we don't even have a page there. So right now, we haven't gone public with this yet. So you guys are in what I call our legacy group. So you get to go in, you get to see some of our strategies before we really take them out to everyone else. And so you get to take advantage of all the strategies that we're going to be giving you guys. So again, you can't go to the homepage. This is the only place you can go there and get signed up for the program. So let me tell you about the Creative Marketer Club. And actually, before I do that, let me tell you what it is not. First of all, it's not gimmicks. There's one or two little black hat strategies I will teach you, but I don't teach people how to game the system because I don't believe games last long. I believe if you do game the system, you're good for a couple months, then you're starting over from ground zero. And the worst thing is to do something and have to start all over from the beginning. There's no tricks. There is no, hey, let me trick Google into giving me this traffic, or, you know, let me use this trick to get 5,000 blogs to link to me, and it does absolutely me no good. That's not what it's about. So there's no ways to game Google. That's not what I'm going to show you. And this is not about loopholes that can get closed and don't work. Okay? This is real-world internet marketing strategies that work, that you won't find anywhere else, and that I have spent years to perfect. These are the things that I do. These are the things that I teach my students. And you can search online and see what people say about me. My students, we call ourselves marketing monsters because when you go through some of my training, your brain is on fire. And so you won't sleep. One of my students from Singapore sent me a picture of a bread basket. And inside the bread basket, he had papers that were flowing all over the place. And at the top of the bread basket, it said, "This is my idea box." At the bottom of the bread basket, it said, "This is your fault." So if you want your brain to be on overdrive, this is what I'm going to teach you. And there's a thing that they say, a mind that is expanded can never contract back to its original state. So let me show you the 7 areas of coaching that we are going to focus on inside the Creative Marketer Club membership program. We're going to focus on traffic, okay, both paid and free. So creative ways to drive traffic to your website. Again, this is going to be both paid and this is going to be free, okay? I like paid traffic. I don't mind spending money on paid traffic because I know if I pay for the traffic, I'm going to get it. But I also have free traffic, and I'll show you how to do that as well. We're going to teach you how to do market discovery. You will never, ever, ever say to yourself, I don't know what to sell again. These are words that you will never, ever, ever be uttered out of your mouth because I'm going to teach you market discovery. I promise you that one. Sales process. You know, how to create a sales process that actually works. You know, how do you increase the sales process? And there's things about when you are selling, you can take the same traffic and double those sales without changing anything else but the sales process, right? So we will teach you how to use, how to increase your sales process, how to increase conversions, which is part of the sales process, how to create product. Again, you're never ever going to be short on what products that I create, whether it's your own product or whether you want to focus on affiliate marketing. You will never have an issue with that ever again. I do both, by the way. I sell my own products and I sell other people's products. And to give you an example, I've got a student right now that I'm helping with some marketing, and just in the last 2-3 months, we've probably generated about $60,000 to $70,000 in sales. So that's because I know what to do. So I've been able to help him do that. And again, creativity, that's what people think about when they hear the name Greg Cesar. So, and again, here's the thing. So every month there's going to be several pieces of content that's going to be inside the membership site that is going to teach you about internet marketing or different aspects of internet marketing that are important to your success. So let's talk about what you're going to get. What are the different areas inside the members area? Number one, this is actually a bonus that I'm giving to you. We're going to have a home study section. And in the home study section, this is where I'm going to teach you a really high-end training. This is not basic stuff. We're going to start with basics, but it's going to end with very, very high-end, in-depth training. This typically is going to be anywhere from 7 to 10 modules. They're going to be delivered to you on a weekly basis. So every week you're going to get a new module for about 10 weeks. That's the first thing that's going to happen inside the members area. Typically, what the home study program is one of my high-end training. Typically, we sell them on stage for about $2,000 to $3,000 when I'm speaking at seminars. You're going to get lifetime access to the content. Currently, what you're going to get inside the home study vault is PPC Dominator 4.0. This is my high-end Google AdWords training. This is my newest version of the course, which talks about all the new things that Google is looking for and the things that you need to do to be able to be successful in Google. If you've had issues with a Google AdWords account, maybe you got banned, we cover how to get back into Google as well. So this is the most recent version of that training. This is going to be inside the members area, inside the home study vault. And also, it's going to be downloadable in MP4 format. This is the first time we have done that. Now, the monthly vault. So every month, like I said, there's going to be new training. And this is the core training that's going to be in the program. So every month, new content. This is going to be typically something to do with internet marketing or a different aspect of internet marketing. Modules will be between 60 and 90 minutes. And you'll be able to download them to your favorite MP3 or MP4 player. And here's some of the topics. YouTube. If you think you're using YouTube and know how to use YouTube, you don't. I'm going to show you some things about YouTube that will blow you away. List building, copywriting. We just did our recent one on how to outsource 100% of your business. And the way that most people outsource is not the way that I outsource. There's a lot of tricks that I do that help me find the really good outsourcers, and we cover that. I covered media buys, how to buy media traffic. I also covered in one of the lessons was if you had to go from, actually that was in the jam session, so we'll cover the jam session in a second. I'll tell you what we covered in the jam session that a lot of people actually love. But this is the kind of topics that you will find monthly inside the monthly vault. And again, we go from basic to advanced. Now, the niche marketing vault. Every month I'm going to take some keywords that I'm going to go out and do some market research on the keywords, and then I'm going to put that research in the marketing vault. So, for example, I showed you tarot cards today. I would go in and I would do the research on tarot cards, and I would say, here's the products you should sell. Here's what the marketplace is looking for. And you could take that and say, I like it, I'll do something with it, or I like it, and I won't do nothing with it. It's totally up to you. But I'm going to do the research, and I'm only going to put products inside the niche marketing vault that I find are money makers. So that's what the niche marketing vault is going to be about, and every single month we're going to do that. Software vault. In the software vault, we're going to add software. Some of these are softwares that I use on a daily basis, whether I've created the software and had someone create it for me, or I've gone out and bought resale rights or got licensed to a particular software. So in the software vault, there's going to be software. For example, currently, right now, there is a software for tracking ads in Google. So if you want to see ads that are running in Google and are making money, this software keeps track of that for you, and then it gives you signals. And the signals are, this keyword is good, this keyword is bad. Don't bid on this keyword, bid on this keyword. So instead of you spending the next couple weeks or next couple months testing keywords to find out the good and bad ones, this one does it for you before you spend any money. So there's a lot of software that's inside the members area. One of them is a software that sold for a long time on the internet for over $100, which is AdWords Analyzer. Well, guess what? I bought the rights to AdWords Analyzer, and that's inside the monthly vault. So you guys will have access to that under the software vault. So the newbie vault. If you are a beginner in this section, this is where you want to focus, because we're going to have video trainings just for beginners. These are the things that people who are just starting in internet marketing, and if you've never done anything online, you may want to start here, because we're going to cover marketing, blog setup, creating your website, but on a real basic level. We're going to be explaining everything. Whereas in some of the advanced training, we're not explaining everything. Here, we're going to explain everything. So this is for the newbies. If you're an advanced person, you don't want to be in the newbie vault, but this is for the newbies. So we're going to cover FTPing your site, outsourcing, and more, all on a newbie level. Now, jam sessions. Every month, we do a live call. Again, that's a live call every single month. So what's the purpose of the live jam session? Number one, my students absolutely love the live jam session. That's number one why we continue to do it. But more importantly is, things are changing every single week. So as I'm out there testing on a weekly basis, I'm coming back and I'm reporting to you guys and saying, hey, here's what's working now. Or here's the problems, here's something you may want to pay attention to. So one of the things that we covered last month was, if I were starting over and I had to make money within 30 days, I had to make money really quick, what are the things that I would do if I needed to make money really quick? That's what I call accelerated wealth. And so we covered that, and I showed exactly what I would do if I needed to make money really quick. And again, it's all using my creative strategies, is doing things the way that I would do it. And I'm telling you, the feedback I got on that call alone was amazing. So again, you're going to get access to me live. It's going to be a group call. You're going to bring your questions. If you've got a website that you would like us to review, this is what we also do on the live jam sessions. We will review your website and say, here's what you need to fix, here's what you need to change. And any new strategy that's coming out in the internet marketing space, we'll talk about that. So let's say people are talking about Twitter right now. Well, let's talk about what's happening in Twitter and how do you really use that. So we'll talk about what's happening in the marketplace and how that applies to your business today. The last section is what we call Ask Greg. And basically what the Ask Greg is if you've got a question, I've got an answer. Now, these are going to be marketing questions. So if you've got a question on how do you do something, you come here, you submit the question, it comes to me, and I will answer it for you. What I like to do is I will take those questions, and then I will answer them in video format. And then I will upload that video back to the members area so you can log in and see not only the answer to your question, but you can also see the answers to everybody else's questions. Because if somebody else has a great question, it makes sense that we share that answer with everyone else. Now, if you've got a question and you say, but Greg, here's a niche market that I'm in, I'd like to keep this question private, that stays private. We don't put that inside the Ask Greg section. Only the ones that you let me know that are okay to go public with is what we will do. So that's the Ask Greg section. So good offer needs good bonuses. Now, first of all, Since I am giving you access to PPC Dominator 4.0, this program, the lowest we've sold at was $1,200. Since I'm giving you access to that, all of the bonuses that came with PPC Dominator originally is also included with this program. We've got the domain scraper tool. We've got guaranteed niche marketing video. Basically, this video shows you how to find a guaranteed niche. If you follow this video, you'll understand why. Power words, we're going to give you, actually we're up to about 40 or 50 of them now. We've got a video that teaches you how to use ClickBank properly. That's a $500 value. We've got our keyword filter tool. That's going to come with that. And you know what? Let me show you the keyword filter tool right quick. Let's say this tool here allows us to take massive amounts of keywords and pare them down. Let me show you what this does. Let's say I go out and I take the keywords of my top 5 competitors. Okay? So here are those keywords, my top 5 competitors. We've got 44,000 keywords, but there's a problem. I took the keywords of all my competitors, so there's going to be duplicates in there. So first thing we need to do, delete the duplicates. Let's update this. Look what happens. This list went from 44,000 to 34,000. Now, we need to create themes for when we're going to advertise, whether it's Yahoo, Google, or whoever the pay-per-click search engine is. So we need to group our themes. So let's calculate the phrases. So instead of me going through 44,000 keywords and figuring out what the themes are, I told the software, I said, you figure it out, and you tell me what the themes are. Then I'm going to say, show me the ones that have 3 words or more. So what it's telling me is there are 1,700 keywords that have the word start a business. So let's take that. Let's move it to the right side. We just created a subgroup. Now, there are 1,300 keywords that have home-based business. We're going to create that. Anyone who's done PPC marketing, what you're seeing here, you really appreciate and understand what we're doing. Create this one, move that, there we go. Because this to be done by hand used to take weeks to do. So work at home, let's move that to the right, let's create. Work from home, let's move that to the right, let's create. So now, as you can see, in less than a minute, we took this list from 44,000 down to 22,955. And up here, as you can see, here's our subgroups. Here's our home-based business group. Here's our home business opportunity group. Here's our start a business group. Here's our work at home group. So now, every single one of these keywords has the words work at home. So guess what I can do? I can target my landing page. I can target my ad. Google will be happy. Yahoo will be happy. The consumer will be happy. My conversions will be higher. My click-through rate will be higher. Everything will be better so I can make more money. So this took me just a few minutes to do. Another tool I'm going to give you is my ROI cost per profit estimator. Basically, this helps me understand whether or not I should go into a marketplace or not. So let's say targeted number of clicks. I'm going to aim to get 10,000 visitors. Let's say it's going to cost me 80 cents per click. Let's say, like I said, 1% conversion rate is pretty good. Let's say this is a ClickBank product and it's a $40 commission. Let's look at what happens here. Based on what this market would suffice or be able to hold at 80 cents per click, look at this. If I spent $8,000, which is 10,000 visitors times 80 cents, I would make 4,000 sales. I would be negative $4,000. So before I even spend a dime, I already know that this market is not going to work. So I'm not going to even test the market. Now, this is not the end-all, be-all. There's a couple other factors that you may look at, but I'm a little bit leery before I even spend a dime in this market because for this market to work, I need to be at just about 3% conversion rate. So at 3%, I'm spending $8,000 and making $4,000. At 4%, I'm spending $8,000 and making $4,000. Now, here's the question, folks. What are the chances that I'm going to be able to get a 4% conversion rate? That's not realistic at all. You know, especially if you're just starting out. That's not realistic. What's realistic is 1%. So this tells me I shouldn't be in this market. It's either that or I've got to get my cost per click down to 20 cents. And if I can do that, I'll spend $2,000 and make $2,000. Problem is, this is a competitive market. Can't get that traffic for 20 cents. So hopefully that makes sense to you guys. So then I'm going to give you a campaign checklist that you can use when you're going to launch your Google AdWords campaign. Follow the checklist. step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, and it'll help you walk. You can literally just follow it through and launch your campaign. Then we have a nice secret bonus, which I'm not even going to tell you about today. But these are good if you order within 48 hours and get started in the Creative Marketer Club. These bonuses are going to be yours. Now, I want to give you a super bonus. Come hang with me in Atlanta for 2 full days. That's right. Every year I'm going to do about 4 live events, and that's what's going to happen in the next 12 months. 4 live events. You can attend as my guest, and it doesn't cost you anything to attend as my guest as long as you're a member of the Creative Marketer Club. This is what I call the Niche Marketing Weekend. It's 2 days of me, and during that process, here's what we're doing. We are teaching you how to research markets, how to test the market, how to do surveys to find out whether a market is good, how to drive traffic, how to write your sales copy, how to test a market and get actually paid to get for testing a market. It's everything you would need from A to Z for creating a niche marketing product. Now, the things that I do in Atlanta during the Niche Marketing Weekend, I purposely do not teach during the course. I only teach that at the Niche Marketing event. Now, the next one, normally we tell our students you need to be in the program for 3 months before you can attend. But guess what? We're doing one in September, which is in about a month. So I will allow you to attend the one in September if you get started with the program tonight. We only have room for about 14 people. So if you get started and you want to attend in September, you've got to email me right away and let me know. Because, again, we only have room for 12 people. It's a small hotel, so that's not one of those scarcity plays where the person tells you, we only have 2 left. I'm not kidding you. We only have room for 12 people in the seminar room. So if you want to attend and be there in September, you've got to let me know right away. So that's super bonus number 1. Super bonus number 2 is 30-minute one-on-one coaching with me. I normally coach at $700 an hour. So part of your program, and this is the first time I'm offering this, so I don't know if we're going to do this ever again, but part of joining the Creative Marketer Club is you're going to get a 30-minute one-on-one coaching session with me. So that's just me and you on the phone. We'll record it, and I'll send it back to you so you don't even have to take notes on what we talk about. So now, normally the program would be $147 per month. Initially, we were going to do it at $197 per month. But what I'm going to do for Mark and OfferVault is we're going to discount that to $97 per month. Now, I know $97 is not $5 a month. It's a commitment, and I'm asking you to commit. And if you commit, I'm going to commit to you and teach you everything you need to know. And I don't take it lightly that you're spending $97 a month with me. So I'm going to do everything in my power to give you the kind of content that will make you say $97 a month is the cheapest you've ever spent to get this kind of information. Okay? Now, we don't hide behind a membership program. So what I'm doing here is here's our phone number and here's our email address. Why do I do that? Because I want you to feel 100% confident that when you feel that you're not getting enough value in the program, that you can call us up or you can send us an email and say, Greg, I've learned everything that I think I can learn. I would like to cancel my membership. Here's our phone number. Here's our email. I don't hide, folks. I'm about building long-term relationships, not about making sales. The longer-term relationship I have, I think the longer, the more business we get to do together. Remember I said about lifetime value of a customer? I've got customers that we're hosting today that we started hosting back in 1997. I want you to think about that. There's a reason they're still paying me $50, $60 a month for the last 13, 14 years. Lifetime value of the customer. I respect that, and I don't take that very lightly. So today, what will happen is, once you get started, which we are signed up with ClickBank, so you can use PayPal, Visa, MasterCard, American Express, they will bill you $97 today, and every 30 days you would be billed again $97. Your logins, instantly, you can start going through the content tonight. I mean, that's how fast you can start going through the content. And like I said, the content is spread out. So when we look at the monthly vault, we have a bunch of content in there already. But the big ticket product, our PPC Dominator program, every week for the next 10 weeks, you're going to get a new module that's going to be released. Like I said, if you commit to me, I promise to teach you everything you need to know in order to make money on the internet. So And guess what? Nobody is going to be able to take that away from you. That's going to be your skills, your knowledge. I don't care what happens. I don't care how the internet changes. I don't care what happens. Nobody can take that away from you. Now, if you want the skills that I'm going to teach you, you can use it to build yourself a nice figure business. Or if you want, you can do what I also do, which is I consult. Like I said, I consult at $700 an hour. I don't see any reason why you can't charge local businesses $300-400 per hour to help them with the information that I'm going to be teaching you. So here's what you will be able to know how to do once you go through the program. You're going to know how to outsource every aspect of your business. We're going to teach you that. We're going to teach you how to get your website designed cheap. The cheapest I've gotten a website design has been $12. I will teach you exactly where I got that done. Sell any product online. Like I've told you, I've sold over 100,000 products online. With all the things that we showed you today, that's kind of the tip of the iceberg. We're going to tie it all in together and show you how to sell products all over the world. How to find what people are really buying so you can get your piece of the pie. See, I'm going to teach you a whole lot more strategies on how to find what people are buying so you can just position yourself and get paid for it. How to drive traffic. Again, like I said, I think that's the number one skill you need to have. If you can't drive traffic, you're going to be stuck. So that's the number one skill. How to write sales letters that mesmerizes people. I haven't hired a copywriter in probably 6 or 7 years. And I'm going to tell you, copywriters are expensive. Sorry for the copywriters who are on this webinar, but I'm going to teach you how to write your own copy that actually generates into sales. I'll teach you exactly how to do that. How to get people to pay more for your product. This is when we talk about how to price your product and position yourself. Most people think about, oh, I need to discount my price. No, you need to increase your price, and I will teach you how to do that and how to position yourself properly. If you want to become a super affiliate and never own any product, I will teach you exactly what I've done in the last 2 to 3 months that has generated me over $50,000-$60,000 in commissions promoting other people's stuff. And when I tell you I haven't done anything, and I'll tell you, hint, it has to do with webinars. But it's all affiliate stuff, promoting other people's stuff, using webinars. So if you want to become a super affiliate, I'm going to teach you exactly how I do it. So how to get others to promote your product. As you see here, we're on a webinar with Mark. I will teach you how I was able to do that as well. So here's a couple testimonials. This is one from one of my great students. Actually, if you come to Atlanta, he's going to be in Atlanta, and actually you can talk to Patrick in Atlanta. But he says, okay, dude, no problem. You know your webinars are like crack. I mean, he's on every class that we have. So he's addicted. When I tell you marketing monsters, this is the reason why. Here's a couple others. The Creative Marketer Club is the perfect title, as creative is the first characteristic that comes to mind when I think of Greg Cesar. I love the content. Here's another one. How are you? I've been following your course every step of the way. I've learned tons of stuff and very valuable information. You are truly the best teacher for internet marketing. Here's one. Your subject finally was perfect. Haha. I have been waiting so long for you to bring out your new course. Anyway, I'm very excited to be back with the Marketing Monster. Michael is one of my marketing monsters. He's in Australia. Awesome dude, and he actually takes action. That's why I actually like Michael there. And there are hundreds just like that, and I'm hoping yours is the next testimonial we're going to have. So, folks, you want to head over to creativemarketerclub.com/OV. That's all lowercase. And I'll take a couple questions if we have a few seconds there. Rick, if you're still there.
Well,
but just to show you.
I'm just running over to see if I can break into that myself. No.
Okay.
Well, I'll tell you what we've got is a ton of wonderful comments, and I'll read you a couple of those just to go along with your printed versions from the past. But this is the best webinar I have ever attended. Thank you. I actually now know where to start. Now, if that doesn't profess someone's pleasure at being told how to get started in a business, I don't know what does. You really have hit people, I think, over the head with the fact that, wow, there's not only somebody out there who knows what they're talking about, but they'll tell me something useful and not charge me for that right up front. That is such a wonderful, refreshing thing to happen. And let me see here. Now, oh yeah, we got a couple people already signed up. Somebody says cancel DirecTV and get on with Greg. Well, I don't know. Is anybody a stockholder in DirecTV? We shouldn't say that. Careful. Now, here's absolutely worth it from somebody who's, I think he just went out and signed up too. Yes, he did. Okay. Now, here's a question as to the program. Do new students get access to recordings of jam sessions? Obviously, that struck a chord with somebody.
Absolutely. So here's what we do. So each jam session is recorded, and they go into the monthly vault. So every month, so here's what's going to happen every month. You're going to get, so for example, today, you get started, you're getting jam session number 1, but also, you're also going to get the most current jam session that we just did last week. So every month, and we keep the live jam sessions in 2 places. We've got what's called the current jam session vault, and then we have the archive. So in the archive, I keep the 2 most recent jam sessions in there. After 2 months, it goes into the archive, which is being sent to you on a monthly basis inside the members area. So every month, you have access to the archives, and you have access to the live jam session. That was the only way that I could do it, where we can show people the older jam sessions and also the live ones as well, is to let you have access to the live ones and let you have access to the archive ones as well. So you do, yes.
And here's one that we should answer because I think it is a prerequisite these days for ClickBank products and recurring things. Can you cancel any time?
100%.
I thought so, but I had to bring that up.
And let me tell you why. And it's because when I tell you about lifetime value of the customer, that's very important to me. Anyone will tell you my customers are like my kids almost. You know, when I am traveling, for example, I went to the United Kingdom. I was speaking at a seminar last year. So you know what I did? I emailed all my students in the UK, and I said, hey, guys, I'm going to be in the UK, and if you guys are up for lunch or dinner, shoot me an email. So I had lunch and dinner with one guy named Sam and another person named Graham. And we were at the Novotel on Hammersmith. So if anybody's been there, nice hotel. When I traveled to California, hey, guys, I'm going to be in California. If anybody want to have lunch, let's do that. So for me, it's about relationships. So if somebody wants to cancel for whatever reason, I don't like to hold people hostage. Why? Because if you know that your money is not at risk with me, you may buy product 1 and you may say, well, you know what? I didn't like product 1. But you know what? My money's not at risk with Greg. I like product 2, right? To me, I don't understand why people don't, why they lock people in like that, because you have to think at some point they may buy something else. So when I tell you your money is not at risk with me, that's just not how I do business. There's a reason why we've been around this long, and there's a reason why people we've been hosting for the last 13 years have stuck around with us, is because I believe the risk of ownership should be on the vendor, not the consumer. So, see, I'm old school. I may be young, but I'm old school in thinking. Even my marketing, the way I look at things, it's back to the basics, folks. That's the way business was done. That's the way business has gotten here, and I think that's where the business needs to go back to. So I have a different philosophy than what most other guys do.
Well, I think that's one of the reasons you have been around as long as you have, although in my view, you're still a kid. But as I said, I've watched you at this for a few years now, and no, your image as well as your behavior hasn't changed. So I'll for what that's worth, and as everybody knows, I don't know anything about it in this internet marketing stuff. I'm just the video guy and watch the stuff go back and forth across the screen. But I do know this man is got a lot of integrity. So I appreciate that as well. Now, I'm going to say we are coming up on an hour and 40 minutes, and I would say that for the most time, we have been informing and teaching and instructing and helping people, and that's been a really marvelous experience. It's very nice to be a part of that and watch people enjoy themselves, and the comments just, were everywhere about people pretty much stunned at what you had taught them. So, folks, I'm sure were Mark here, he would be saying, you go over and check that out right away, because it's a very special offer for OfferVault members. And as we all know, it's free to belong to OfferVault, and this is the kind of thing you get as a member. And bringing on Greg Cesar is not the kind of stuff you get standing around on the corner. Trust me, he doesn't show up for just anybody. So check it out. Be very, very careful when you think about what you've just seen tonight versus what he's going to continue in that course and how much value you got in an hour. This is going on all month long. How many components there are in that course? My calculator doesn't go down into 3 decimal places, but it sure splits it pretty fine as to the value there, Greg. I want to tell you, I'm really impressed. Thank you so much for taking the time to tell everybody how much information they can find out there to make their business work. Wonderful show.
Awesome. Thank you. And, I just saw a quick question. Someone said, would I come to Malaysia? Let me tell you, I absolutely love Malaysia, and I would love to go back there and show my wife around. So definitely shoot me an email. And, yeah, I would go back to Malaysia. I like Malaysia, actually. It was a beautiful country.
Well, it didn't say he was going to pay for your airfare, so I'm...
Yeah, he didn't say nothing about that at all.
But who knows? Maybe if you get a big enough crowd, they'll all chip in $1.50. Great show and a real pleasure. And Greg, throw that link back up just one more time so people can just see
absolutely.
it again.
It's creativemarketerclub.com.
Yeah, and notice that, as you already saw, there's no creativemarketerclub.com page. So, it's only for people at OfferVault. Check it out, guys. It's really a good thing to try. Thanks again.
Absolutely. And I would also say, let me know right away tonight. Send me an email if you want to come to Atlanta. It's a couple weeks away, so definitely let me know.
And it won't be snowing in Atlanta in September, will it?
No, it won't. Hopefully not.
Thanks again, Greg.
Thank you. Have a great night, everyone.
You guys take care. We'll see you on the next one.